Chapter 176. Some old fables about the moon. When he arrived in the house, Jonathan said to Joseph, "Brother, what will come of this most unfortunate situation? By my poor life, just look out of that window. The whole moon has been eaten up, hide and hair, and it is now terrifyingly dark outside. Yes, yes, I have often heard it said by greatly learned pagans that man should not count the heavenly orbs nor gaze at them too attentively, for it then could easily happen that they would fall down to earth. And if a man should happen to chance upon his own guiding star, and it fell down, the man would be lost and done for. Now the moon is also a heavenly body, and may be subject to the same strange law. So it might be that we hit upon it, and it fell down to earth somewhere in pieces. For I saw a number of particles fly away from it. Or we are now bewitched by the moon, and will become moonstruck, which will be a great affliction for us. One thing is certainly the case. It is obvious that the moon does not exist any more. But who devoured it, or where it went, is quite another question." Here Joseph said, "Do you know, I have heard a number of times that the moon as well as the sun become darkened. Now, that could easily be the case now, although I myself cannot recall ever having seen anything like it. But I have heard from old people that at times the angels of God polish these two heavenly lights as we do a lamp once the wick becomes defective, during which time it naturally gets a bit dark on the earth. That may be happening now, for the fable that a dragon begins to devour both heavenly bodies is too stupid, and is nothing but paganism." While Joseph and Jonathan were thus discussing the moon, began to re-emerge on the other side. The children and the sons of Joseph noticed this, and exclaimed, "Look, look, the moon is becoming visible again!" The pair looked outside, and a stone fell from Jonathan's heart, because he now could see the moon again. Here Joseph again asked the little child how this came about, and the little child said, "Just let the meager moon come out from behind the shadow which the earth casts, and then we will see if it has changed any. The earth is after all no infinitely great body, but it is as round as the orange which I ate a little while ago, and floats free in an infinite space. Hence the sun's rays can always cover the earth. Thus the great earth must also throw a shadow, and if the moon enters into this, it is darkened, since it is also illuminated by the sun. Any more I shall not tell you." At this Joseph and Jonathan looked at each other, and could not think of anything to add thereto. Chapter 177. A perfect earth in miniature. After a while Jonathan said to Joseph, "Brother, now who would ever have let it enter his head, even in a dream, that the earth might be an enormously large globe? So we inhabit only the surface of this globe? But what about the sea? Does that also belong to the globe, or does the actual solid earth globe float on it?" Here the little child bestirred himself, and stated, "So all of you may not lose your beneficial sleep for all this futile speculation, I shall have to free you from your delusion. Step closer, and you, James, hurry and bring another especially nice orange." When the orange was brought, the little child took hold of it, and said, "Behold, that is the earth. I now want this orange to become a perfect likeness of the earth on a smallest scale, with mountains, valleys, rivers, lakes, oceans, and also inhabited places built by men. So be it." At that moment there appeared on the hand of the little child a perfect globe of the earth in miniature, which upon the "so be it" had in fact become 100 times larger than the orange. The ocean, the rivers, lakes, mountains, as well as the cities, were to be seen on this globe just as they actually were. Every one now pressed up close to look at this wonderful creation of the earth on a minute scale. Joseph soon found Nazareth and Jerusalem thereon, and was amazed at their perfect likeness. Eudokia soon found Thebes in her homeland, and was amazed at its perfect representation. Thus Rome was also found, as well as a great many other known localities. The inspection of this globe lasted over an hour, and seemed never to come to an end. Even Mary enjoyed looking at this little earth so much that she became greatly animated by her observations, and the aged children held their eyes glued to this miniature earth as if they had been turned to stone. The little child now explained the nature of the earth in great detail, like a professor of geography, and all understood his words. When the little child had completed his explanation, he said to James, "James, now take a string and hang this globe somewhere so it hangs free, that those thirsting after knowledge will find something to occupy them tomorrow also. But for today let us forget this earth, and go to rest after the evening meal. For I have become hungry and thirsty during the time you fed on the moon and on the earth." Here Joseph immediately ordered the kitchen master Joel to prepare an evening meal and to put it on the table, and Joel went with the other 3 brothers and prepared a good evening meal.